curious about vegetables, talk to Iswa Seed. Hello everyone, welcome to Around the VegTable. I'm Lisette Lacambra and your host for this program. In today's episode, we invited two of our colleagues from Iswa Seed Knowledge Transfer in Cambodia, Mr. Meng Hot Nov, our technical specialist, and also Mr. Yen Samnang, our team lead, to share their project on tomato grafting. So hello Menghot and Samnang, welcome. And thank you for accepting our invitation. So I'm looking forward to hear or to see your presentation about your experience on tomato grafting in Cambodia. And I also would like to thank Mr. Bonarit, who is also our partner from World Veg, who is also involved in this project in Cambodia on the tomato grafting experience with Iswa Seed Knowledge Transfer in Cambodia. So thank you very much, Bong Bonarit, for joining us. So now I'm turning the floor to you, Menghot, for the presentation.
Okay, thank you, Lisa. So I will start now with the sharing of tomato grafting experience in Cambodia. So good morning and good afternoon all. Today I will share the tomato grafting in Cambodia. We have 12 points of the presentation outline. The first is a project information. Second, and what is grafting. Third is a why vegetable grafting for seedling production and seedling nursery. Five, material for grafting. Six, clip for grafting process. Seven, handling chamber. Eight, economic analysis. Nine, data comparison grafted and non-grafted of tomato. 10, learning farm sharing. 11, challenge, and 12, conclusion and recommendation. The first is a project information. We are cooperate with the World Bank. We implemented the Grow Again the Flow project. Is a scaling of season vegetable innovation to improve income and nutrition project was funded by Federal Ministry of Economic Cooperation and Development Germany through World Vegetable Center and implemented project by specific in Cambodia from March 2020 to April 2024. We was done with the three provinces in Cambodia, Kampong Cham, Tabong Khmum, and Kampot province. So now the project was finished 3 years already with the grafting of tomato and leafy and Yat Long Bin. So the second, what is the grafting? Grafting is a horticulture technique whereby the tools of plant are joined so as to continue their growth together. The upper part of combine plant is called scion, while the lower part is called the rootstock. Grafting is the solution for the soil-borne disease, these pictures. So why vegetable grafting? Vegetable grafting is resistant, tolerant to the soil-borne disease, like Fusarium meal, cucumber, melon, watermelon, tomato, Fusarium grown and root rots, tomato, cucumber, watermelon, Yat Long Bin, verticillium will, tomato, eggplant, watermelon, Phytophthora blight, pepper, bacterial, tomato, eggplant, pepper, root knot, nematode, tomato, eggplant, pepper, and flooding. This is the experience that we work with the key farmer in Kampong Cham and Kampot province. The result is that we have cooperated with the World to do with the farmer. For the seedling production and seedling nursery. For the seedling production, the farmer do one part of the world decomposed manure and one part of burn dry husk and 0.5 part of termite soil. And after they sterilize it ready, they put the trichoderma. They use 10 grams of trichoderma with the soil substrate, one seedling tray before putting in the tray. So we can see the picture in the leaf that the farmer that they sterilize the substrate and then they put the trichoderma with the soil substrate. And this the seedling nursery that the farmer do at the field. This is the best practice seedling like the rootstock and tomato. As you see, the first we can start with the rootstock like eggplant because we use only eggplant in this project. The first we need to seedling the rootstock around 10 days for, and after 10 days we can seedling tomato 20 days. So we can identify that for the rootstock. We can grafting about 30 days and tomato is 20 days. For the seedling age is 2 or 3 of true leaf, and for the rootstock 4 to 6 of true leaf. Yes, we can see the video for the tomato and rootstock eggplant. Yeah, this is the suitable for grafting of the rootstock eggplant and tomato that we was work with the key farmer at the field. So either the side that we can graft it. For the material for grafting, the first we recommend use the tool, but we difficult to graft it. So now we use the clip. Clip is easy for farmer that to graft it. This clip, and we can use scissor, we can use my sprayer and alcohol, scissor, blade, and scalpel. This is the material for grafting. Yes, this is the experience we use clip for the grafting process. For the first, we need to spray the hand and blade with the alcohol to kill any pathogen. Before we graft it, we need to spray with the alcohol. Yeah. And second, prepare the rootstock that health stem diameter between 1.6 and 1.8 millimeter and cut standing angle of 30 or 45. And second, place the grafting clip at cut end of the rootstock. And four, prepare the season that health stem diameter matching with the rootstock and cut standing angle the same the rootstock also 30 to 40 degree also angle. Why insert the season into the grafting clip so that cut the surface align perfectly with that of the rootstock, and such grafting clip should hold the onion tightly. Yeah, you can see the picture, this process for the grafting clip. Here is the healing chamber. For the healing chamber, we use like the local material for install like the bamboo rope, wire, plastic cover, black plastic, mild black net, and sand. So for the healing chamber, we need to prepare grafting chamber 1 day before grafting, and to place the grafted seedling into the healing chamber soon after the finishing grafting. So when we grafted seedling, we need to immediately to take the seedling to the healing chamber. Graft should be left in the healing chamber for at least 7 or 9 days. For the experience, first we keep only 5 days to 6 days is the problem. The many seedling boss die. So the experience now we keep around 7 to 9 days. Is good for the grafting. Graft should be placed in 90 or 100 humidity temperature between 25 to 30 and complete darkness for 20 initial 20 hours. After we graft it and take the seedling to the seedling nursery, we need to keep darkly in the healing chamber. 7 to 9 days after the grafting seedling, we can move the seedling from the healing chamber to the seedling nursery for hardening around 5 to 7 days. And then we can take to the field transplanting. So after the 2 week graft seedling are ready for transplanting in the field. Yeah, this is the experience that we do with the farmer. The healing chamber, one, we can use the bamboo wood construction. Number two, we can use like a clear plastic and the button. Number three, we can use the stand about 10 centimeters in the healing chamber. Number four, use the bamboo and brick up the undernet for the seedling tray up from a sand around 10 centimeters. 5, cover layer 1, we can use the clear plastic. And 6, cover layer 2, black plastic mold. 7, cover layer 3, black set net. 8, cover layer 3, we can use the thick length, thick 10. Cover layer 4, green set net. Yes, this is a local material that can use with the farmer. This is the key farmer that we work at Kampong Cham province. This is economic analysis. We have plant 3 area for the 350 square meter and with the 468 plant. as you see the chart, we can see the total cost. They spend $180, and we can see the total return $2,009, and net profit we can collect $128. For the total cost, we have like fixed cost and variable cost. For the fixed cost, we was deduct it and entry to the system. So this yes, these are two different demo that located in the same village in Kampong Cham. In the left is the farmer that they grafted with the project, and the right is the non-grafted tomato. These are different grafted and non-grafted. This is the data comparison for the grafted and non-grafted. We can look at the chart. This Mr. Corn socket is non-grafting, and Cham's corn is grafted. So we can see for this we convert to a real 500 square meter. For the Mr. socket, the cost is $108, and we got the return only $2,365, and for the profit we got only $1,150, and we can see the chance of corn. For the cost is $258, and for the return we can got $4,260, and for the profit we can got $2,060 and $12. Yes, this is the data comparison for the non-grafted and grafted. We are also do the learning farm at Seedling also. This we can see at the left non-grafted. The first we do around 1,000 and square meter. I grow not non-grafted, but all the plant will all, so we cannot grow. But and then we do the grafted experiment. I do around 240 square meter. We can got like I grow only 135 of plant, and the year we can got 831 kilo from this plot. I harvest 54 times. The first harvest that in January 2023, last harvest that 21 April 2023. The number of harvesting 135 plant. We got the yield per plant 6.15 kilo per plant. Even though the grafted is very good with the farmer, and we also challenge also. The first is it is difficult to control the moisture and temperature in the traditional healing chamber, which cause seedling problem like the disease with the symptom of yellowing of leaf and rotting, because we do not like we just do like the local material with the farmer, so we cannot manage good in the like the for experiment like the big farm. For the grafted plant is resistant against soil-borne disease like bacterial, but may be affected with the virus and other disease. And number 3, the soil contains small gather. We cannot grow tomato where tomato is stunted. Yeah, like the land at Bong Samaria, we cannot grow in well. Yeah. And number 4 is the head stress during the hot season. Why the climate change? So sometimes in the hot is the stress also during the planting hot season. For the conclusion and recommendation, the first tomato grafting is initially recommended to manage bacterial common is some area in Cambodia. However, with additional benefit like a longer time to harvest, higher yield, and tolerant to the flooding, we also recommend to the farmer even without the bacterial will history in the area. Number 2, normally farmers in Cambodia are not growing tomato in the raining season due to too much the raining and disease. With the high market demand, the farmer can grow tomato grafting with the higher profit during the rainy season. Because grafting we can resistant like the flooding also. So it's suitable for the farmer. If the soil is high of moisture. So grafted is better than non-grafted. Number three, using clip is easy and more effective than using tube based on farmer experience. We can graft around 6 to 8 seedling tray per day or 624 to 833 of seedling. I mentioned the first we grafting with the tube, so the farmer difficult to graft it, but now we use the clip for the grafting. Is good and better. So the farmer can now is grafted. They can got around 95 to 100% for the grafted successfully. So my presentation is was finished. This the real situation that we work with the farmer in the three province. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Meng Hot. Thank you very much for sharing your experience in the grafting. And I see a lot of, yeah, it's very interesting to see the doubling of your yield when using the grafted tomato. So now we're ready to answer questions. I think I received a lot already on the chat box. May I ask Samnang to please and share and then also come in to answer the questions, Samnang? Great. So thank you again, Okuncharan, as you say in Cambodia. Thank you. It's great to see all your the success of your grafting of tomato. And also, I know that we also have a special guest here, Bong Bonarit. So for some questions, maybe you can also help us to answer. We have first question from Ram from India. So what is the good season for grafting?
Yeah, thank for your question. I would like to answer this question. Based on our experience, we know that from May to December is the best season to do the grafting, because in that time, firstly, the price is much higher. We can say expensive, and also the temperature is a bit cool than other month. Like in Cambodia during January to April, mostly we got the hot ice temperature. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Samnang.
Yeah.
Any additional point on that, Menghot and Bongbonarit? Yeah, I now spotlighted you. So if you have other points to add there.
Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bonarit. I work for World Vegetable Center based in Cambodia. And I just want to introduce a little bit about the project Grow Again the Floor. Grow Again the Floor, scaling off-season vegetable production innovation to improve income and nutrient in Cambodia and Laos. So the project have been implementing in 2 countries, Cambodia and Laos, PDR. And in Cambodia, we have 3 partners. We have East West Seed Foundation, we have General Directorate of Agriculture under MAPS, and we have IDE. IDE is enterprise private sector. For the grafting, we introduced during this project because we want to motivate the farmer to grow vegetable in the off season. So in response to the question, which season would be good for grafting, I can say that grafting introduced where we have soil-borne disease and flooding. So if your land have a problem with the soil-borne disease or have a problem with the flooding, so you cannot afford to apply this technique. It's okay, because when we apply this technique, we have more extra of cost. So you better select the good variety of tomato that resistant to some disease, and then you can plant the tomato. So we can introduce, because in Cambodia we don't have enough demand for the off season, especially in the rainy season. So we introduce this technology through our project. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you also, Bong Bonarit. And you mentioned the importance of having a very good or resistant variety. But I think that's also a challenge in Cambodia, that we don't have that good resistant tomato for bacterial wilt problem. And that's why we also really push that tomato grafting in Cambodia. So thank you for the answer. Thank you, Ram, for the question as well. And Aliyu, is it possible to graft part of the plant or the branch, leaving the second part or branch such that two different fruits can be harvested from one same stem or plant?
I think depend on our purpose. Our purpose for the grafting, we want to have a good yield of tomato. So we have to maintain, we have to manage. Normally we have a sucker. We have a sucker from the eggplant, and sometimes when we plant the grafting point, the joint point is under the land. So the eggplant, the new tip will come. So we have our technology for the transplanting as well. So we will not allow farmer to grow the grafted plant like the joint point about the land. So when the sucker is come out, we have to ask the farmer to remove the sucker out. That's why we have eggplant fruit, and also we have tomato fruit. So we don't want to have a sucker or the eggplant if we grafted the tomato. Thank you.
I think if it's for home gardening, then I would allow to have the sucker also of the eggplant. But yeah, this is for the commercial purpose of growing tomato mainly. Thank you. There's a question from Musa. So since we're talking about data as well in your presentation, and Musa, you're very good in data. I see difference in price between grafted and non-grafted. Is it because there is a difference in the qualities?
You know, the price of tomato, it is very fluctuate from day to day. So sometimes the price today is high, but tomorrow is down. So if I look at the presentation, it's the transplanting date is different, maybe 1 or 2 months. So we cannot. It's not because of the quality of the grafting or not grafting fruit, but because of the fluctuation of price in Cambodia of a tomato. So
yeah, that's also my observation in the dates. Thank you, Bong Bonarit, because it's a different month of harvesting. So thank you for that additional point. Let me go to the next question. In the absence of clip, I think Menghot, can you please answer this one? In the absence of clip, can nylon leda, what is leda, Yusuf, be used to clip or put together the rootstock and the scion?
Actually, for the experience, first we use the tool, but we difficult to graft it and graft it the seedling. So, but now we use the clip is easy, and many farmer that they interested, and the clip we can use many times. We can use 3 or 4 times. Yeah, but the tube we can use only 1 time and difficult. So the clip in Cambodia now one is 100 real for Cambodian. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Menghot.
for the purpose of home gardening, we can like a graft shoe plant, so we can use the nylon. We see some farmer they did they get the good result, but in the purpose of commercial we cannot. We have to use clip for grafting.
Good point. Good point, Bong Bonarit. From Sylvie, data. Ooh, data. I think Davut can also answer this if Davut is around. How many records did you use to present the economic and production results? And what's the variety used for non-grafting best variety for Cambodia context?
In Siem Reap Learning Farm that Mr. Minghot shows in the graph, it is the data from Learning Farm in Siem Reap. It grafting. It's crafted, but for non-grafted, there's no data. And also two data in Kampong Cham that we saw in the picture. Yeah, it's the same village, the same the same village, the same area, but we see it's different from the grafting and grafting.
And I think I had a discussion also before that we cannot compare with the other because there's just few of the non-grafted data. So that is the thing also that we selected the data from the same province or the same area. So maybe we can, as recommendation, get more data on the non-grafted so you can compare more on the yield with the grafted tomato. From Annapurna, can we use the rootstock for other crop?
Normally we have the rootstock. We have the Solanaceae family can be used as a rootstock. For example, if we have goat tomato resistant with the bacterial, so we can use their tomato variety as the rootstock as well. It means we can graft tomato and tomato. The rootstock is tomato and the scion is tomato, but we have a good yield. We can use the eggplant, and also we can use the local one in the country. I think the small fruit we can use that one as well. Yeah, we can use the chili, the like local variety if their plant is resistant to bacterial or waterlogging. So we can use other rootstock as well. Solanaceae family can be the rootstock if those plants are resistant to the bacterial and waterlogging, nematode, etc. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Bong Bonarit. So Solanaceae, same family. I also have one comment from the Facebook Live from the Philippines, Miss Annalyn Molina Katakutan. So she tried it with bitter gourd as scion and sponge gourd as a rootstock. So you can see that these are the same family from cucurbits. So you cannot put one cucurbit and one solanaceous. So it should be the same family. So I think in the Philippines, they also have a project more on the cucurbit grafting. So thank you very much, Miss Annalyn, for sharing that. From Simian, my question is on number 7, seedling production and seedling nursery. So what is an ideal structure for the construction of the nursery? We experienced that short nursery was difficult to manage temperature, which means without shade net cover. The crops did not grow well due to hot temperature and less humidity, while within shade net cover, the crops get elongated due to too much shade.
For the seedling nursery in Cambodia, we use the white plastic for the roof, and we use the net that it prevent from the insect sucking, like especially for whitefly, yeah, to cover it around. And we recommend to farmer to use the white side net, or if it is not available, they can use the green side net to prevent from the heat, like during the hot ice season. Farmer can use it to lay it under the roof of the seedling nursery. Yeah.
Good aeration would be possible. As in, you mentioned also the net on the side, so that is also helping with the good aeration. From Biswaranjan, what is the major diseases we can prevent in grafting seedlings?
The major disease to prevent grafting is bacterial. One is bacterial, but we have another disease. More of the farmer, when we work with, they concern only bacterial, but we have a virus, we have lead fly. So we experience that when they have the crab seedling, they're not much clear about the disease. For example, like a lead fly, they not have a preventative program for the lead fly, especially for the rainy season. So to me, grafting can be controlled only bacterial or damping off or more the soil-borne disease, but they cannot control like virus and also fungus like the airborne disease. So the farmer and also the technician have to pay more attention about this. So this is from our experience. Thank you.
From Epaphras, how affordable the practice or the technique since the price doubles for grafted seedlings? So for large scale farmers, is there no any complaint for time? It is time consuming. So what is your experience in Cambodia?
Yeah, actually, we also have some complaint from farmer, but most of farmer that they decide to choose the grafting technique because they understand well about the market demand during the season, and they understand the valuable of the tomato. They understand that tomato it is will increase the price during the rainy season, and mostly in Cambodia we got the soil-borne disease, and the most we import from the neighbor country. That's why they don't mind with the price.
So what is the dimension of the healing chamber and how frequent to irrigate?
The size of the healing chamber depending on the farmer that they want to plant, or like the area that they want to plant, and consider how many seedling tray that they can put in the healing chamber.
From Annalyn from Facebook, can I use pepper for rootstock? I think Bong Bonarit, you mentioned something on this. Can you answer this one?
Yes, if the pepper rootstock is resistant to the bacterial and waterlogging, you can use because pepper is the same family of the tomato.
Okay.
Thank
you very much. From Haniswe, do you use trichoderma to other non-grafted plant? When do you use trichoderma, before sterilization or after? Did you use trichoderma in bed as well?
For the project, we recommend to all the key farmer, even though for grafting and non-grafting, we use the trichoderma also. And we use after sterilization. We have the 3 stage for the soil substrate and seedling state, and with the starter solution also. We have 3 for the trichoderma recommendation.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And I think that ends our questions. I'm sorry for the time management, but thank you everyone. And thank you Menghot and Samnang. Also from Bong Bonari, thank you for joining us in this webinar. Okuncharan. Okuncharan. And yeah, it's a very great sharing session. Thank you as well to our participants for staying until this time, even though our time is already over. That's the end of our episode. Do you have any questions that you would like to be answered in the future episodes, or topics that you would like to learn more about? Leave your questions or suggestions in the comment section, or contact our technical support hub members in your country. Stay tuned for the next episode of Around the VegTable. Curious about vegetables? Talk to East West Seed. Bye.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Shukran.
Thank you.